and Charley Ho!
Bigger than a tour victory. Representing Germany, she also finished second in your home country of Scotland the next week.
Yeah, she had.
Second shot for Charley Hull. At the first, Iona Stephen is going to be following this match.
Yeah, she's not hanging around. Good lie in the bunker there. This is going down the right-hand side.
Just squirted right there out the bunker, Iona. Just caught the front right bunker.
From sand to sand.
It was indeed.
Kept this partnership together and put him back out.
Now Charley.
Charley with Adam on the bag. They've been together quite a long time and they are a great pairing. They like to talk things through, but Charley does not hang around. She's a player with instinct. 150 with a 7-iron from a good lie in the fairway.
And a nice reply there from Charley, just running down just outside the Americans' ball, but two good birdie chances there.
On the tee at the fourth, Charley Hull.
Hull over in the right-hand side today. 138 yards. She's going to take it on with a 9-iron.
Fantastic shot there, just 6 yards on there in the front right. You could see Adam just was willing it to get close, dipping his knees, but great shot there from Charley.
Putt down the slope, but like I say, the moisture just slowing things up a little bit, so you can be quite aggressive with things at this time of the day. And it will break a little from her right. It's a putt that demands feel, a bit of magic in the fingers.
And the Americans are in, right, Iona? Good par. Okay. And that'll be conceded, so the hole is tied. And they'll need to turn that around as they go to the fifth. Here's Charley Hull, sixth.
Putting from off the green, Charley Hull, the Americans have already chipped up to about 8 feet. So pressure back on USA. They have to hold the putt to half.
This is the only tied match at the moment. Up to the seventh, and Charley Hull with her second.
Yeah, another superb drive from the Europeans, finding the short stuff. It's a narrow landing area. Unfortunately, the Americans have been caught out by the bunker down the left-hand side, so advantage to Europe. Charley Hull with 119 to this flag, with a wedge. She can take it on, no doubt about it.
One up. Let's check in with Charley Hull at the eighth, her third.
Oh, a lovely shot there from Charley. They were well up there in that eighth. Must be two big shots to hit. Just leads and turn them into victories.
Right back at that drivable par 4 10th, Charley Hull. And into the penalty area.
We're going to get one back here, probably.
Assuredly. I mean,
Yeah, you can just see they know the importance of this. They're both in there. She's called Esther in to have a wee look at it.
It is amazing how quiet the American fans have been today. I feel like the bananas alone are louder than the rest of the American fans. It's quite remarkable.
Yeah, the Europeans have played well. They've quietened them. There's not been much for the Americans to cheer at.
Yeah. Normally they're jeering them on, getting behind them, but there's a real stillness out here, a real calmness. You could hear a pin drop. at Charley getting ready to go now, leaving the flag in. That's what she always does.
Iona, we just want to hear the ball drop.
We do, Beanie, we do.
Yeah.
Wow. What a putt. You can see how much break that had. That was a really good putt.
They steal a tie at the 10th, and they remain 2 up.
Try it again.
This is
so
at the
we're gonna
11th.
Go for the near spot. It's probably going to be in the rough here where it'll actually have friction. So we're going to
Oh, that
try it
was
right here.
Tee shot embedded.
like a Freddie Couples break at the Masters.
Wow.
Maybe even more so. Look at how steep that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
She's going to have to place that in the rough, I think, or else
Yeah, keep
to
going.
get it in a...
Yeah, so we're
where it's
eventually going
going
to
to
probably get in
stop.
the rough here.
Wow.
Yep.
Which actually might make the chip a little bit easier. Just, you know,
Alright,
you
so
can
at this
place
point,
it in
let's
the
try to
rough.
Oh,
place
yeah.
it in the rough, and it'll probably come to rest once we get
Well, it's
yeah.
given the short-sighted hole location.
Okay, so now we're in play there.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Okay.
What a break.
The fact that it wouldn't stay on that slope tells you where it would have gone had it not embedded.
We've got 19
Oh,
yards.
100%. When Esther hit that, she must
you
have
wanna
thought that was
zap
going to come back into the
We've got
water.
19 yards if you want to zap it. 19? Yep.
Now they're trying to determine who's
19.3.
away. Long birdie putt for the Americans coming up.
Lasers make it easier for the
Don't they?
referees. But yeah, and coming off the upslope, she'll be able to get, it'll be easy to get the height there to try to stop that ball. Yeah. Poor Adams can barely get up the hill.
That tells the story right there, doesn't it? My goodness.
A 45-degree angle.
Yeah, if you don't get onto that green, it's coming
It's
back.
wet.
Yeah.
Yep. First.
All right, back to the 11th, the second for Hull.
From the steep upslope, she's got about 20 paces to work with on this green. This looks very good. Go on.
Yeah, really well played there from Charley. I think, like we said earlier, I think she had the easier shot.
But for Henselite and Hull, this was the tee shot, the drivable 10th. This was
Yeah, I mean,
after
it was-
Kupcho had driven it up on the green. From what they thought, it was a great shot.
Quite surprised at Charley hitting driver there. I thought she might have been able to get a 3-wood, or it was a 3-wood, sorry. But yeah, 2 dreadful tee shots from Charley and Esther.
The Americans couldn't get down in 2. They could only make par, and then Hull buried that one. All right, the Europeans' turn here.
Yeah, this is a match play moment. There you go, okay. That's what you can do out the bunker. Let me show you what I can do. Ball lying also very nicely for Charley here, but less green to work with, a tighter angle. But boy, does she have a good short game. She's confident in the bunker. Needs to whip this one up nice and high. There's wind coming straight from behind her. It's going to help it on its way up to the hole.
She'll be disappointed with that. I know she didn't have much green. She really got the, you could see the open club face. She got the elevation, but just hit it a little bit too hard.
Hand side of
Commit
the
to that line.
bunker,
I didn't want it to go just
but
the
a
other way,
nice
get one.
lie and a good
You like that?
angle. Americans further down the fairway and a little gully down the left-hand side. It's going to be a tight angle from them, but they've got a much shorter shot. We're looking at 164 here for Charley. Bit of help in the air. It's a 7-iron. Flag over there on that left-hand side.
Go. Go.
Oh, she asked for it to carry.
Just caught that front left bunker, just didn't quite.
And sometimes you got to be fortunate, and Allison and Nellie were there. All right, at the 13th, the par putt here, Iona for Charley Hull.
Yeah, it certainly is. And this is a must-make with the Americans in close with a putt for birdie. If this doesn't go in, it's going to be for the Americans. So Charley leaving the flag in. Slippery one. It's quick. Down the slope through her own shadow doesn't help.
Will they concede here? I think they will. Let's see, maybe see one putt. So 2 putts to win the hole and get to 1 down, and suddenly, Paige, things on the American side. Crowds just jamming Robert Trent Jones Golf Club. Back to the 16th, Charley Hull.
Just come back down that slope. Yes. She knew that. She had a little backstop there. Great shot from Charley.
And what a comeback after dropping the 15th. Americans are on the green from one-up lead for Europe in the second match. And this was a moment ago. Charley Hull at 17.
140 all in. Oh, this looks like it could be long.
Look out.
Whoa.
And it is into the penalty area. All right, over at the 17th, they did find the ball of Charley Hull. Henseleit to this point. Now Hull for par.
Up the hill for
Could
Charley
be a
Hull.
bonus. Oh. Great try from Charley there.
Remember, the Americans are in tight. It's been conceded. Take another blue flag off the board. Tied as they head to the 18th.
Winning duo, you guys got off to a really strong start. The Americans tried to battle back, but you held on. What was the key to the victory today?
Just keeping in there. I felt like we hit some pretty good shots into the greens and just staying in there. And even though when we did hit it in trouble, we kind of got ourselves out of it. And I felt like we played pretty solid. I was just super pumped up towards the end. After hitting that shot close on 16 and then 17, I've just nailed it straight through the green. And I kind of then realised how pumped up I was. And then you could see by my drive on the last, I hit it miles down there. I'm glad I didn't have that second shot in that Esther hit because I'd probably hit it over the green again. That was a great shot she hit in there.
Captain Pedersen said coming into today that you guys had some work to do. You came out here, got right to work. What was her message heading into this morning session?
Just play solid, hit greens, hit fairways, keep them working for it. And yeah, we played great. We played really solid on the front nine, then yeah, kept it together around the turn, and then yeah, to finish it off like this, definitely a lot of fun.
Charley, you're going to rest quickly, head back out into the afternoon session. You've been in a lot of these Solheim Cups before. What does your team need to do to keep making up some ground?
Just even when you think you're out of it, just carry on grinding because it's not over till the fat lady sings.
That's for sure. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks.
Well, it looked great for Europe, then it didn't look so good. But then, when they really needed it, suddenly tied match. Esther Henseleit in her first Solheim Cup appearance. Looked like a veteran. Delivered.
She did indeed. She came up with the goods there. And Charley would be delighted to walk up and see that one being conceded.
So,
Team loved it.
session 3.
Saturday. Team Charley Hull. And her teammate Georgia Hall.
Europeans will be first. How about these two together, Karen?
I really like this. I mean, they obviously have a good relationship. They get along very well. They can talk about tea and bacon and all good things that you find over in England that you can't get here. But they did finish tied 5th at Dow this year, which is the team event. They shot 63 in both of the 4-ball rounds, so they've played it this year already. Very accustomed to this format.
I read where Charley said she really wanted to play with Georgia Hall. Quick tempo.
There's something about playing with somebody that has the same kind of experience that you have too. There's a comfort in knowing that they know exactly what you're going through.
In the bunker at 1 Charley Hull.
Yeah, her partner Georgia Hall was also in the bunker, put a nice shot towards the center of the green. Charley has a good flat lie, maybe slightly below her feet, but otherwise nothing in the way. Sounded clean. Headed right of her target though.
Come on. Good shot.
Yeah, a little unmentionable, wasn't it?
Yeah, believe so. Back at the first, another long putt, this time for Hall.
Slightly uphill, the second half of this putt. It's like there's a little bowl kind of where these balls had fed to the right portion of the screen.
Well, you could hear that. It was hit right on the center of the club face. Putter face.
And Charley Hull from the bunker.
Yeah, a little more difficult angle from this right bunker. She should be able to get it up and over this lip, only 98 yards, 90 to cover that front edge. Oh no, caught it heavy.
Yeah.
Georgia in good position.
Look at that whole location right up front, accessible. And the third coming up now. They're at this hole for Charley Hull.
Gonna have to require some good touch here. Carry that front edge and let it release. I don't believe there's an option to land it short of the screen, so it's gonna be carrying it, maybe a couple bounces, get a little bit of check on it.
Be a good time to chip in.
Thought about it.
She had the right line too, just a little speedy.
I think this anchor match, Suzanne Pedersen would have really been thinking she could count on them at the end of the day to put a point on the board. And she may very well be right.
There's a touch of wind. Players have been looking up to the tops of these trees. You can't feel it at the tee marker, but you know it's up there.
Just people everywhere you look.
Wind should be almost directly right to left. If anything, there's an ounce of help in it, but I wouldn't count on it. And we saw how amped up Charley got in the morning session towards the end of her round, so she's going to have to adjust to any adrenaline she may have. This, in fact, is a 9-iron.
Does get the hop, but so many ending up right in that area of the green. And everything from 7-iron.
Kind of feeds if you miss this whole location at all to the left. But since she's got the conceded par, no reason to be tentative with this putt.
Old school, Karen.
A little bit. I like it. I like the old plumb bob. And I think for Charley, the thing is, Paige, as you're watching this, is to if you're going to hit it firmly, you just take a little bit less break.
Well, she had it on the mark.
So the crowd sensing perhaps an American win here.
To the 5th, Charley Hull, third shot. We know there's a backstop here. Control the spin. Yeah, that'll come back. That will come back nicely. Oh, I thought it would come back a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's quite up to the steep part. Happening here.
Well, Charley missed her birdie, and then, or not Charley, excuse me, Allison Corpus has missed her birdie. So now evaluating, I don't know if they're worried about who's away or choosing an order of play.
So the Europeans.
Yeah, there we go. Well, it looks like she.
So they've got two putts, have they? And they're trying to decide which one to play? Because they're really working on this putt together.
Yeah, they are. Georgia, I think, is just helping Charley Reed, but I believe Lilia must be inside Charley. Lily hit also a great approach.
Or would it be Georgia's away to play?
That could be it. Yes, Karen. Thank you.
I think Georgia is going to be away to play. Charley's inside her, but because Georgia's away, Charley gets to have a go at making her putt first, so applying the pressure to the Americans.
You have solved the math equation.
Boom.
It's strategy.
It is strategy.
There you go.
Yeah, they read it well.
And it could pay off. I mean, that's a gutsy play.
Risk and reward?
It is, yeah. It's a gutsy play.
Is there a gutsier player?
That's a good point, Judy.
Than Charley Hull?
Well, and the other thing is, looks to be that is the case.
Paige, there's been a lot of this strategy this afternoon from the European team. I really haven't seen the American team do anything just exactly the same, similar. But and the strategy's worked a couple of times pretty well for the Europeans, Karen.
It has, particularly for these pair. When we saw Georgia working on a putt with Charley earlier, that really paid off. She went ahead and made the putt. The American team did not follow her in the hole, and they ended up winning the hole. So it definitely can work in their favor. But I think the Europeans do have to dip into every single thing they have right now to try and get some kind of result out here this afternoon.
Oh. Ouch. You see that tee set up on the hillside, and here is Charley Hull.
She's got 6-iron. She's been the opposite of Lily Wu. She's been hammering it. She's played with a lot of adrenaline during this event. This on a very aggressive line.
Oh, huge bounce.
Oh.
Wow. That was unfortunate there. It was just a massive bounce.
That's as much, though, as we have seen a flag move all week.
Yeah. Kay did mention that the wind was starting to pick up when she...
14th, which has provided some excitement and drama so far this week.
I believe there are people who sit around 14 for several hours waiting for the golf to get there because it's so much fun to watch.
Judy, it's right behind us. They have been out there for at least 2.5, 3 hours since the play was at like the 6th hole, and they're just waiting. All right, Charley Hull lining this up.
She would have learned from Allison Corpuz's putt because it did stay right. This has a chance to move from left to right.
There it is. There it is.
Ooh, finally, a little bit of blue going up on that board.
Saw some early, and now, just like this morning, it was up there early. But back again through 10 holes. Charley Hull.
Charley Hull to win the hole at the 11th. It's going to be the 3, and Georgia will have a putt to win the hole. They get on very well, these two. They've been friends for a long time since June.
Afternoon 4 ball out to the 12. Second at the par 5, Charley Hull.
Brilliant drive to this point. Elevated tee. Difficult to get close to this front hole location downwind.
But not impossible. So it's a 1-up.
Just ridiculously on form.
All right, back to this final match at the 12th. Americans in with birdie. This for eagle to win the hole. Yeah, she's made a number of those.
Yeah, it's very comfortable. It seems like Hull and Hall together.
So 2 up in that match. And
here's Charley on the right side of the hole.
She would have learned something from that, Judy. And they have firmed up over the course of the day as well, these greens. Tougher angle from this right side. Gonna have to take it over the bunker, only about 10 paces over the bunker till this hole.
Oh, that
What a
stops
shot.
very quick.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Charley's recoil is so quick, it's almost invisible to the human eye.
Well, we do worry about the back of her neck, but...
critical match is still out on the golf course, Tom.
Yeah, this is the last one. This is Hall and Hull against Corpuz and Vu. And this is a birdie putt for Charley Hull.
Yeah, and Lilia Vu will be watching this closely as it is on a very similar line to what she has, a much shorter birdie putt, moving right to left and back down the hill.
Charley is a player for Europe that is going to play all 5 matches.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And they will need her to do that tomorrow in the singles to Americans still have a putt to tie the hole.
And yeah, you got to admire that.
Last to go, Charley Hull.
After a monster drive, too. And at this angle, there is nothing but going right at it. On a good line.
Oh, she
blew it.
Barbecued it again. She's had a
That flag at 15 is 34 paces deep in the green.
The lie for Charley Hull here at 14.
I don't think she'll be able to get the kind of zip on it that her partner did. There's just not the ability to get the spin the way that Georgia got out of her first cut. She's going to need a delicate touch down the hill.
looking way left 2 Paige.
And she's got it laid wide open. All in all, pretty darn good.
I'd say so.
We'll get back to the tee with Charley Hull.
Plays just down the right side.
I think I have said repeatedly, very quick tempo.
Yeah, this
yes.
Judy, you've been around the game for a long time. Have you ever seen anyone swing it like that with the recoil off the neck?
No. No, I have not.
Here's Charley Hull.
Sit prime position in the middle of the fairway. Her only challenge has been herself in over clubbing throughout this day, but this on a good line. Again, wow.
Is that just adrenaline, you think?
She talked about it after this morning's round, saying that Georgia Hall already played her par putt from a very similar location to where Charley is, both intently watching the line, and then Georgia helping Charley with this read back up the hill.
That should be a 4. And the Americans, of course, do have a couple of chances. Both from Lexi. Let's go to 16.
Charley Hull set at the par 3.
This an 8-iron. It's on a gray line.
Oh, I just sat really soft.
Partner in there pretty close for par. Hull on the way.
This was a good effort.
So the U.S. with a couple of putts for birdie.
And this is to be expected. Georgia and Charley are 2 up in the match.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to, if you're American, you have to see this.
Okay. 2 up, 2 to play.
Let's go, shotgun. Europe, 3. USA, 3. Europe.
And 6. They've got to finish it off, though. This is Charley Hull on the tee.
Playing downwind. This headed down the left side.
Good. Where's the wind, Joe?
Got to be careful of that bunker, Paige.
Easy. Easy. Okay.
Fairway for Charley. 115 to cover front, 127 pin.
She thinks it's bunker. It hops over the bunker. And remember, the Americans have to win this hole, so that might be the key.
Esther won that silver medal at the Olympics, and
Esther Henze,
who was a gold medal winner. Esther has that silver medal. Well, what a big deal.
When it went in, and a thumbs up to the Americans for that great effort to try to extend this match.
Yeah, Karen, I don't think we can say often enough how highly competitive this is.
Yeah.
But how all of these players, all 24 players, are friends. They play golf together often, a lot in a competitive setting, and I don't know. It's the ideal way sport should be.
No question. Game appreciates game.
Charley to win the match here for Europe. And it will go to the 18th. It will be 1 up to Europe.
Time's pretty stunning.
Little right, left now, fine.
I'm going to say the swing is going to be just as quick as it was on the first tee.
And she can take an aggressive line over these bunkers. That's where this is headed. She striped it.
She loves it. Oh, yeah.
A little anger maybe too that they're still playing.
Yes, another 18th hole for Charley, having played it this morning already. That's right.
Hand to shoulder.
Yeah, that's a third.
That's my 65 shot, so downwind and a bit pumped, so I go about 70. And what's the pin?
74. We want to land at 70.
But Charley could very well end it right here with a great wedge shot. Perfect angle from the left side.
So those two looks at birdie. Take something from that too, pushing it all the way to 18.
Yep, no question.
Yeah. But it does close it out for Europe. They win the last 2 matches of the afternoon here in 4-ball. And so it will be 10-6, that lead that the U.S. takes in the Sunday singles.
Thanks, guys.
Time to get something to eat, get a good night's rest.